We are live. So this is a new venture I want to do. Every week I typically get a lot of different scenarios that come along in real estate. So I just want to share those quick tips with everyone on this new venture called Quick Tip Tuesdays. So it's not going to be only on mortgages. So I'm also an investor. So we're going to have a little bit on the mortgage side, residential side, commercial side, tenant tips, wholesaling, maybe a little bit of wholesaling. I just want to do overall real estate. And I'm also going to answer any questions I'm getting out of DMs. So I just want to put that all together in a little series called Quick Tip Tuesdays. So I see some people are joining now. Thanks for joining. On the very first Quick Tip Tuesdays in real estate. Real estate is you'll be surprised how many hands touch a real estate transaction or can touch a real estate transaction. So it's a very interesting subject. So on this Quick Tip Tuesday, I want to discuss on my recommendation on why, if you want to invest in real estate, why your first property should be a multifamily home. Here's why. A lot of people want to get into real estate. A lot of people want to buy their dream home. You have to decide what you really want to do. A lot of clients come to me and ask that they want to invest in real estate, but they want to buy their first home now, their dream home now, because they have kids. They want to think about the kids. They want to think about the school system, which understandable, 100%. But you have to keep in mind, if you want to invest in real estate, you should buy your first house a multifamily home. Here's why. This is how I started. With FHA allows you to buy a 1 to 4 unit home with 3.5% down. If you utilize your FHA for your single family house, you won't be able to turn around and buy a multifamily house with an FHA loan. The reason being is because FHA is an owner-occupied home. You have to live in the house for at least 1 year. So no one's going to believe you're going from a one family to a multifamily. So FHA, there's a lot of, can be fraud going around. People are buying homes with FHA and not living in them. So basically, just make sure you buy that first home a multifamily house. So if you use your FHA first time around to buy a single family house and want to invest after, you're going to have to cough up 25% for that multifamily house. Here's some numbers into perspective. Your first house, let's say average house, $300,000, $400,000. $300,000 home, FHA, that will be $10,500, single family house. If you want to turn around and buy a multifamily after, let's say a $400K home, that is $100,000. So all in, you're in about 110, 120, let's say. Let's say you do it the other way around. Get an FHA house as a multifamily, $400K. That is a $14,000 down payment. Let's say a year after you want to move into your single family house. You can use a conventional loan for your single family house, 5% down for the same $300,000 home. That would be $15,000. So all in, you're looking at $30,000. $30,000 for both homes. That's a savings of about almost $100,000. This is why you should buy your multifamily home first. I'm gonna leave it up for some questions. Anyone has any questions on that side? That's how I started into investing in real estate. I bought my first house. It was a 3-family home. Lived in it for a year. Remember, you only have to live in it for a year. After that, that could become an entire rental property. You don't have to live in it forever. You can sacrifice a little bit now for the long-term gain. If we are interested in getting a multifamily, can we come for you for help? Yes, you can. If you have any questions on multifamily home, let me know. I'm a licensed loan originator, so I can do your mortgages within the state of New Jersey. If you're in another state, I can definitely connect you with any lenders in that state. So my bank does lend in different states, so we can get you affiliated or comfortable on any lender in any state. I see a few more people coming in, so I'll give it a few for any questions. So this week, I just want to discuss on why it's a huge benefit to buy a multifamily home first. So what are the FHA loan requirements? So FHA loan requirements for a single family and a multifamily is pretty much the same. The only difference for a multifamily, they typically want you to have some type of reserves after you close on the house. Typically for single family houses, you don't really need reserves. And the good thing about a multifamily home is you actually qualify for a little bit more because we're able to use that rental income and add that to your income bracket to help with debt to income ratios. I noticed that helped a lot of clients that have high debt to income ratios. That extra rental income boost helps them actually qualify for a pretty decent more amount. So for FHA typical requirement, 620 credit score. You can go lower depending on your history, 2-year work history. Make sure you've been working for 2 years, either W-2, self-employed. Make sure there's no gap in employment. Make sure you have the assets, money down. Good thing about FHA is you can get a gift from someone or borrow from your 401k for the down payment. Make sure either citizen, permanent resident, green card, DACA. Now DACA is approved to purchase a home with FHA, so that's huge for this year. Make sure you file your taxes. A lot of people either like filing taxes late or not filing at all. You definitely do need to file your taxes before buying a house. And if you're late on your taxes, that can delay your purchase. So if you're filing 2019 now, that can delay because IRS is backed up on the processing. So that can definitely delay your transaction. So we covered income, we cover credit, we cover assets. That's the main 3 categories with FHA. Some good questions. I'll probably take 1 or 2 more questions and I'll wrap it up. I want this to be short and sweet and make sure people are getting value from this. Shoot away. Can you get a FHA loan in any state? Yes, you can. You can get a first-time homebuyer FHA in any state. And for the most part, the requirements are the same. So there's something called overlays. If you go to certain banks, they typically, so there's a set rules for FHA, but some banks want to add rules on top of that. So some banks may require either higher credit score or different debt to income ratios. So just be careful about that. Not all banks do, but some banks do. So keep that in mind. But FHA across the board is pretty much similar. Just some banks may have what is called overlays. It's extra protection for them to lend money. All right. All right, everybody. Let's see a few more people joining. Let's give it 1 more minute. If not, I'm going to wrap it up. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start saving these quick tip Tuesdays into my IG series TV, just in case if you want to go back and rewatch them. But I just want to, if you have any questions for the next one, just shoot me a message and I'll add it to the list and possibly answer them. Either I can answer them directly there in the DM, I can answer them for next week's series. I want to thank everyone for joining. Have a blessed day.